speaking of Wall Street Bets, like tell us some of your where do you want to
The
start?
story of my downfall. Yeah.
Is
It all started
a
with Wall Street Bets.
retired
Okay,
day
so
trader here, by the way, retired
yes,
day trader.
a very brief career. Uh, Here's how it started. I've been following Wall Street Bets just for fun for quite a while now. Like, I don't remember when I started following, but definitely last year, maybe the year before. Just kind of casually seeing what people were doing, laughing at people losing a ton of money, and like just kind of being in awe of people who made a ton off of ridiculous bets. And but I never was participating because I was always just like completely anti day trading. Like, there's no way I'm going to beat the market. I'm not even going to try. It's a waste of my time. And then uh, I had a buddy who was really getting into day trading, and he was just kind of like sending me information about stuff he was into. And so it was like end of last year. He's like, dude, a lot of hype is building around this GameStop stock. Uh, like everybody's saying they're going to do like a short squeeze. Like, there's all this due diligence people have done. Like, I kind of want to get in on it. And it was at like $20 at the time, $30, and I'm like, dude, GameStop is dead. We're like in the middle of a pandemic. There's no way. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And he just kept sending me Wall Street Bet stuff about it, and I kept ignoring it. And then, like, obviously you saw what happened. Everybody saw what happened. Uh, Before the whole meme thing happened, though, I was getting more and more FOMO just looking at Wall Street Bets, and I kept thinking like, ah, man, it would be fun to get involved in this. I kind of want to learn this option stuff. Like, I'm gonna just put a little bit of money into a Robinhood account and get in. And like right around New Year's, uh, one of my New Year's resolutions was to shoot first, ask questions later. And so if I had an idea of something I wanted to do, just go in and do it. Don't think about the implications. And I got this idea of doing a little day trading. So I was like, all right, I'm doing it. I'm like driving up from LA with my girlfriend, and we're just talking about like stock picks. And I'm like, what should I invest in? What's some undervalued thing that I can invest in? Because I had already had this idea to invest in a bunch of like COVID battered like hotels and airlines and all that stuff. So I was already going to do that. She's looking through really cheap stocks. She goes, what about AMC? And it was like $2. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get it on AMC, sure. So I buy, you know, $500 worth of AMC at $2 or something like that, and um, it goes up to like $2.05. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm killing it. $2.10. Then it's like $2.50, and I remember seeing that it was starting to get picked up by Wall Street Bets around the same time as all the GameStop stuff, and GameStop had already like shot up to the moon, and I'm starting to see Wall Street Bets pick this up. Every other stock Wall Street Bets has picked up has shot to the moon. And I'm like, it's about to happen to me. I've been chosen. I got in early. And so I'm like panicking, like, how do I make the most money off of this? I need to like buy calls. That's the thing people do, right? And so I bought uh, a series of different calls on AMC, one of which was a weekly call. I spent $11 on it. It was like a $10 weekly call or $5 weekly call. That's what it was. And if you read Wall Street Bets, they don't have very high opinions of buying weekly options because they're basically guaranteed to be worthless. I didn't know this at the time. I didn't know anything about options trading. I just bought a Friday call, and the stock shot up to like $15. So my $11 call became worth $1,100. And I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. Like, I'm making money off of this stupid meme stuff. And I ended up turning like $900 worth of AMC shares and options into, at the peak, like $15,000. And I sold a bunch of it to like lock in some gains, but I was like, this thing's going to 20, it's going to 25. Well, then it went down to like 10 again. So I ended up overall making like $7,000 or $8,000 off of that. And then I was just like addicted, dude, like checking it every day. My friends are all like, everybody's like strung out, waking up with the market. Like literally without an alarm clock, I was waking up with the market open at like 6 in the morning or whatever. And I'm like, I would literally like buy BlackBerry and then sell it like uh 10 minutes later. It makes like $100. I was just like the most day tradiest of day traders. And it was just so all encompassing. And but I never could get that initial AMC high. Like it was like win, 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 lose, 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 win, 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 lose, win, 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 lose, lose, lose. And I felt like overall I was winning more than I was losing, but I was making such small bets that I was just like, this isn't worth it. It's not worth the stress I'm putting myself through right now. I'm going to start making bigger bets. And so that's when this whole idea to bet against the Bitcoin mining companies came up. I was like, this is going to be the big one. I'm going to put like thousands. I'm going to put all my AMC winnings into this bet. And then I became a believer in the Bitcoin stuff. And so I didn't know how to play it. All of the Bitcoin mining stocks were way too high already. I was like, there's no way I can make money off of this. I need to find one that hasn't taken off yet. Well, then my buddy sends me this penny stock called support.com. They have announced that they're going to do a reverse merger with a Bitcoin mining company that owns its own power plant up in New York. They literally like burn natural gas and turn it into Bitcoin. And they were going to go public through support.com. And I'm looking at the stock price, I'm doing the math, I'm looking at the investor presentation. I'm like, this thing is so undervalued compared to these other Bitcoin companies. Like, this is it. This is the big bet. So the stock went from before the announcement, it was like $2 a share. It shot up to like $9. And then it kind of like tapered off to like $8. I bought like 500 shares, bought some calls. Then it goes down to $7. I bought a few hundred more shares, bought some more calls, goes down to $6. Like, bought a few hundred more shares. Now I start selling puts where like I'm still betting it's going to go up. I'm basically saying like, I'll buy it at this price. I'll buy it at $4 here. I'll sell a put. I'll buy it at $4. If it goes down to that, then I got to pay $4 a share. Well, then it goes down to $4 a share and then $3 a share. Literally just the slow tumble over a period of like 1 or 2 months. And today it got all the way down to, let's see, $2.48. So we're almost back down to the pre-merger announcement. And it's been a mixture of problems. All of the Bitcoin mining companies have collapsed in value. This company in particular, the Bitcoin mining company merging with Support, it's this company called Greenidge. They have had a huge backlash from the local community saying like, we don't want Bitcoin mining in New York. It's generating too much pollution. It's ruining our lake, everything about it. We don't want it. They're fighting tooth and nail. Now politicians are going to introduce legislation. Long story short, it's not looking good for this merger. And now it's basically gone right back down to when it was just a penny stock. And I put a lot of money into that thing. And all of my winnings from day trading ever since I created my Robinhood account are now gone, and I'm overall down 8%. So that was when I decided it was time to retire because I ran out of money in my brokerage account, and I refuse to put more in because I know where that will lead. So yeah.
Do you still, I assume you do, but do you still have to pay taxes on those gains even though you lost them? Or can you do some?
Uh, I think I did because, well, no, actually, it's all happened this year, right? So I realized the AMC gains. So if I basically go the rest of this year and don't realize my losses, I will have to pay tax on those gains. But the moment I realize those losses, then I'll get to write those off. I don't know. I refuse to do it. I'm going, now that it's down to $2.48, I'm just going to hang in there until the merger is supposed to go through like in Q3, I think. And so now I'm just like, I'm going to hang on until that merger goes through, see what happens. There's still a chance it'll recover, but it's not looking good. But anybody out there, if you're looking for a good play, okay, I got one of my buddies in on this stock at like $4. I was like, dude, there's no way it's gonna drop below $4. Like, I mean, we're so low. I didn't think it would drop below $5. Well, now it's 250. So apologies to
You
my
gotta
friend
buy the
David.
dip, right? It's like when Drill
Dude,
Team
I
6 is
bought
on
so many
duty.
dips. So many dips were bought. I can't. I ran out of money to buy dips. I literally used my last bit of buying power in Robinhood to buy one more dip today
Okay, got it.
against my best interest.
That's
But you guys
hilarious.
out there, you can help because it's a penny stock. It doesn't take much to move the stock price. If you all just pitch in like two or $300,000 each, like we can bring this thing back to $6.
Tony's like, hey, call when it's $1.
It might happen at that rate. Please do not jinx
Yeah, please.
it. Please, please, please,
Yeah,
Tony.
amazing, amazing. And wow, what a great recommendation though by your girlfriend with AMC though. I will say, props.
I know.
Right.
She also recommended Crocs because she's a big fan of Crocs. And let me tell you what a growth stock
Really?
that the world is sleeping on right now. If you go look at Crocs 5-year chart, you're gonna see a straight line up to the
Yeah,
right,
that's
like with not a single bit of dip. It had like a tiny little COVID dip, but then everybody was like, dude, who's not gonna want to buy Crocs during a pandemic?
here. Let's see. Let's see. I will share the screen. Uh,
Yeah.
Chrome.
See, Naman suggested pumping it on Wall Street Bets. The unfortunate situation. This is why I called myself a Wall Street Bets reject. Wall Street Bets does in fact have rules about what stocks you can talk about, and
Really?
if it's below $1 billion in market cap, you're not allowed to even post about it because people think that it's just market manipulation. They're trying to pump penny stocks. So I literally, if I posted about support.com on Wall Street Bets, I would get banned. This was actually a problem with AMC in the beginning because it used to be like 500 million in market cap, and that's why I had time to get my plan together because I was waiting for it to inch up to that 1 billion mark so that then the floodgates would be opened and they would start talking about it. But yeah, StockTwits really is a cesspool. I Yeah, I don't know who
Look
uses
at
that
this.
website. It's pure insanity.
Yeah, dude. Wow, look at Crocs. So did she
Dude,
end
yeah,
up getting
Crocs.
Crocs too?
She got a pair of Crocs. I bought Crocs stock, and that's been one of the few winners in my portfolio.
Yeah.
Ironically, all of the COVID battered stocks that I bought, that was my original plan, all doing great pretty much. Like some of them doing fantastic.
Wow. What,
Crocs
what what were some
doing awesome.
what were some of the other ones that you made bets on?
I have, let me just pull it up for you real quick.